The PS1 and PS2 have long established themselves as one of the finest gaming consoles for JRPG, which is why it is not unexpected that their portable counterpart is also exceptional in that department as well. During its lifetime, the PSP acquired a substantial collection of games. They are incredibly varied, consisting of a mixture of fresh releases and remakes, a lot of which are of a high standard. Superior quality is always a priority, and these games do not fall short in that aspect. Now before we get started, I just want to let you know that this list is not ranked in any particular order. Let's get started. Tales of the World, Radiant Mythology. Tales of the World Radiant Mythology, a spin-off of the popular Tales franchise, was released in the West and localized to English, making it the only game of its series on the PSP. Though it has an average score among critics, it earns a spot on the list for being a unique and rare find on the console for JRPG fans. God's Eater Burst. God's Eater Burst is a popular Japanese game where players hunt down origami in a post-apocalyptic world, using the god arc to slice and shoot them, then consuming their remains to obtain items for crafting powerful weapons and bullets. Inspired by the Monster Hunter series, it offers a unique twist on the formula with a more focused story and setting, making it a great choice for players looking for a deeper reason to fight. PoPoLoCrois. PoPoLoCrois is a simple RPG, with a straightforward story and gameplay that is easy for newcomers to enjoy and veterans to appreciate as a refreshing change of pace. Its fast-paced, turn-based combat system makes it a great option for a bite-sized on-the-go experience. While it may lack lasting appeal, PoPoLoCrois is still a worthy JRPG for those with limited free time. Metal Gear Acid. Metal Gear's first PSP entry, Metal Gear Acid, is a non-canon spin-off that deviates from the series' signature stealth action by offering a card-based strategy game. Despite the incongruity, the turn-based gameplay is well suited for the handheld. Phantasy Star Portable 2. Phantasy Star Portable 2, like the first one, is an action-packed space game. Though the story and mission variety may not be the strongest aspect, the fast-paced combat system and variety of enemies, including giant beasts, make up for it. The game offers a lot of customization options, and the multiplayer feature allows players to play through the entire game with others, making it a highly enjoyable experience. Growlanser, Wayfarer of Time. Growlanser Wayfarer of Time is an impressive blend of JRPG tropes, making the story engaging with a mix of politics and magic. Combat is unique, combining real-time strategy and turn-based elements for a dynamic experience. Though some features may feel dated, the excellent gameplay mechanics and branching storylines make it a must-play for fans of the genre. Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII is a prequel to the popular game that allows fans to learn more about Zack Fair. Though the combat differs from the main entry, it was well received. You can actually play its remastered version, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, featuring updated character models, a new soundtrack arrangement, and voiced dialogue by actors from the remake series.
Let's do this!
ZHP Unlosing Ranger vs DarkDeath Evilman. It is a turn-based dungeon crawler that twists the mechanics of the Disgaea series. Players control the Unlosing Ranger, exploring dungeons to train and defeat the evil DarkDeath Evilman. The game features an entertaining story that parodies RPG tropes, deep customization system, and is a must-play for those looking for a seriously unserious RPG experience. Wild Arms XF. Wild Arms XF marks the series' first entry into the tactical RPG genre, with unique gameplay elements such as hexagon-based battlefields and a 6-way movement option that opens up new combat possibilities. Wild Arms XF also features a robust class system, varied map and objective designs that keep players engaged throughout, even though the story may not be as gripping. The world of Felghana may not be the most fertile in the RPG universe, but Wild Arms XF knows how to change and make it exciting. Jeanne d'Arc. It is an RPG inspired by the story of Joan of Arc, with a fictional twist, featuring demons on the battlefield. The gameplay is similar to games like Final Fantasy Tactics but less challenging. The unique aesthetic helps it stand out among other JRPGs. Disgaea II: Dark Hero Days. Disgaea II: Dark Hero Days is a turn-based tactical RPG that follows the human Adele and the demonic princess Rosalind in their battle against Overlord Xenon. The game offers the same wacky humor as its predecessor and features a complex combat system, with depth added by mechanics like geo-panels and geo-symbols, character creation, and reincarnation. Players can also appeal to the Dark Assembly or bribe them for a boon. Money rules the world and the underworld in this game. Persona 2: Innocent Sin. This is the first part of the Persona 2 story, featuring characters and themes seen in the PlayStation 1 game Eternal Punishment. The story centers around the mystery of the Joker, but develops differently. Its modern setting and fantasy elements are noteworthy, but the slow story and clunky battle system may be challenging for fans of modern Persona. However, if you can look past these elements, the story rivals that of its sequels. Persona 3 Portable. Persona 3 Portable is a PSP port of the PS2 game, with new content and changes that make it worth replaying. Players can choose to play as a female character, control allies in combat, and encounter new characters from Persona 4 and Catherine. Unfortunately, these features are exclusive to the PSP version, so players will need the handheld to experience them.
Your room's on the second floor at the end of the hallway.
Valkyria Chronicles II. Valkyria Chronicles II is a unique tactical RPG set in a lighthearted military academy setting, contrasting with the war-torn land of its predecessor. It features Avantgarden's curricular activities in the Lanciel Military Academy, but this separation lessens the experience. However, it is still an excellent tactical RPG, with turn-based action, third-person shooters, varied mission objectives, and great map design. Riviera: The Promised Land. Riviera: The Promised Land is a JRPG that defies expectations with its simple anime aesthetics. Players control wingless Angeline and his companions as they get caught up in a war between angels and demons. The gameplay combines elements of point-and-click adventure games with a creative customization system that grants different abilities depending on the items brought into battle. It also features optional content and multiple endings, making it a standout title on the PSP. Brave Story: New Traveler. Brave Story: New Traveler is a JRPG based on a novel. It tells a new story featuring characters from the Brave Story series, in which a young boy is taken to a distant land to complete a mission and save his sick friend in the real world. The game was well received but never got a port to other consoles. Lunar: Silver Star Harmony. Lunar Silver Star Harmony is the ultimate version of the classic JRPG, Lunar Silver Star. The story follows young Alex and his childhood friend Luna on their journey to save the world, with new sequences added to enhance the already excellent coming-of-age story. The gameplay remains unchanged, featuring a strategic turn-based combat system that may be slow-paced, but is highly rewarding. Final Fantasy IV: The Complete Edition. Final Fantasy IV: The Complete Edition is a remastered version of the classic game, featuring enhanced 2D graphics and a new story that bridges the gap between the original game and its sequel, The After Years. The package also includes The After Years, but it is not as well received due to story and balancing issues. However, the original game remains a classic, and the remastered version is a must-play for fans of the series. Gurumin: A Monstrous Adventure. A charming action JRPG with platforming elements. Play as Perrin, a brave little girl who, with the help of friendly monsters, must defeat the villainous phantoms and save the world. Armed with a powerful driller, Perrin slices and dices through the phantoms with ease as she explores beautifully colored and action-packed environments, from spring-filled forests to bustling towns and dangerous dungeons filled with phantoms to drill through. Its action role-playing gameplay is superb, and players will also enjoy the excellent soundtracks composed by the same talented individuals behind the Ys franchise.
Where is everyone?
Star Ocean: Second Evolution. Star Ocean Second Evolution, a PSP port of the original PlayStation 1 release, may not bring many new features but still offers a thrilling gameplay experience. Players follow Claude Kenny and Rena Lanford as they investigate a mysterious meteorite on the underdeveloped planet of Expel, encountering a diverse cast of characters and engaging in fast-paced action battles. Its unique private action system allows players to get to know characters better. The revised voice acting and an optional new character are the only major changes from the original release. Despite this, the dual point-of-view story and the action-packed combat make for a captivating gameplay experience. Valkyrie Profile: Lenneth. Valkyrie Profile: Lenneth is an engaging experience that stands the test of time. It features an excellent battle system that combines real-time and turn-based elements, platform-like exploration, a great story, and multiple endings. Players join the Valkyrie Lenneth on her journey to find suitable warriors for Valhalla, in preparation for the upcoming Ragnarok. Despite only receiving a new opening cinematic on PSP, the game is still a classic and worthy of being remembered as a legendary title. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. This can be considered as a special mention, since a lot of you may say that it is not what we normally consider as a JRPG, but what the hell, I'll include it anyway. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite is a quality game that never reached the same level of popularity as later entries in the series, but it's still a polished and addictive experience. Players hunt a variety of fearsome monsters, collect resources to craft better gear, and can even hunt with friends. With many weapon types, different gear, and a challenging experience, it's perfect for those who are not afraid of 4-meter-tall monsters and enjoy the monster hunting genre. Half-Minute Hero. It is a unique JRPG that prioritizes players' time. Players control a hero, chosen by the Time Goddess, and must stop the ultimate evil lord and his minions from destroying the world in 30 seconds. The game features simple combat and a variety of scenarios, all with humorous writing that will keep players entertained. Give it a try and you'll be smiling for longer than just 30 seconds. Kingdom Hearts: Birth by Sleep. A prequel to the first Kingdom Hearts game, introducing key story elements and characters, such as Master Xehanort and other Keyblade Masters. Players control Terra, Aqua, and Ventus as they travel to various Disney worlds to defeat new enemies, known as Unversed, and restore peace. It features a revamped combat system, including the command deck, which offers a high level of customization. However, Birth by Sleep has its flaws, such as poor balancing and floaty aerial combat, which makes it less enjoyable compared to Kingdom Hearts 2. Despite this, it is still a solid game in the series, especially as it is a portable game. Hexyz Force. A hidden gem that might have flown under your radar. Developed by Sting, and published by Atlus, which has a massive vault of lesser-known JRPGs, Hexyz Force may not be the best game in the genre, but it's definitely worth a look. While the game's environments could use a bit of polishing, with some of the dungeons feeling a bit bland, its intriguing plot, amazing soundtrack, and cute chibi-like character design more than make up for it. Though it's one of the shortest JRPGs out there, taking only a few hours to complete, it's definitely not the most challenging game in the genre, making it perfect for a casual playthrough.
Saw through our roofs.
Yggdra Union: Will Never Fight Alone. This game was also developed by Sting, the same studio behind Hexyz Force. As the second installment in the Department Heaven franchise, Yggdra Union's gameplay is reminiscent of the popular GBA game, Advance Wars, but with a much more challenging difficulty level. Players are tasked with managing units on an overhead 2D map, with the ultimate goal of winning battles. However, this is easier said than done, as opponents will always put your skills to the test. If you're a fan of challenging strategy games, Yggdra Union is definitely worth trying out. Dissidia 012 Final Fantasy. Dissidia 012 Final Fantasy combines characters and worlds from the first 13 Final Fantasy games, in a unique crossover that may not make sense in terms of story, but is enjoyable nonetheless. Its deep motivations for the century-long war between Cosmos and Chaos are hindered by poor writing, but the gameplay more than makes up for it. It features 3D fighting game elements blended with RPG mechanics and an impressive roster of main characters and villains, each with their own unique special attacks. The game also offers customizable equipment and a variety of play modes, making it hard to put down. Ys 7. Ys 7 is a high-action RPG that offers an evolutionary step for the series. It features multiple playable characters, each with their own unique moveset and attack properties, making them effective against different monster types, resulting in visually pleasing and chaotic battles. Ys 7 takes a bit to get going, but once it does, players will find it hard to put down, even after completing the story, as there is a challenging nightmare mode waiting for them. Ys, the Oath in Felghana. Ys 7 may have introduced a new and refreshing direction for the series, but Ys the Oath in Felghana exemplifies Falcom's game design expertise at its finest. Staying true to its roots, this game features Adol Kristin as the sole playable character, but he's equipped with a range of magic rings that provide him with various abilities. With an incredibly well-executed pacing, perhaps the greatest soundtrack in the history of the Ys series, and lightning-fast gameplay where player skill is paramount, The Oath in Felghana is a flawless example of action RPG perfection. Ys 1st and 2nd Chronicles. Yes, another Ys game. What can I say? I like Falcom. It may come as a surprise, but Ys 1 and 2 have been ported to more systems than Final Fantasy 3. Originally released on the PC 88 in the late 1980s, these two games have been re-released multiple times, each time utilizing a different art style and soundtrack. Since these two games represent half of a single story, they are often bundled together. The most recent release, known as Ys 1 and 2nd Chronicles, is undoubtedly the best version. While the unusual bump combat system may not be the most thrilling way to battle enemies, the story, music, and atmosphere of the early days of Ys are consistently captivating.
I'll tell you one thing.
The Third Birthday. The Third Birthday is an action-packed game that marks the revival of the Parasite Eve series. Although it received mixed reactions from longtime fans due to some of the new features introduced by Square, it remains a fantastic action JRPG. You take on the role of Aya Brea, who is fighting to save humanity from an apocalypse by using a variety of powerful weapons and overdrive abilities. Unlike its predecessors, which played like the classic Resident Evil games, The Third Birthday is a third-person shooter that offers players the ability to aim, dodge, and shoot. It also introduces the overdrive mechanic, which lets players move from one human vessel to another with ease. Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together is a remake of the original game which was underappreciated, but finally receives the justice it deserved. It even got an updated port just last year. It features the same excellent story, following main character Denim as he rises from a lowly peasant to a hero who saves the kingdom of Valeria. The game has been greatly improved with a revamped class system, new and improved skill system for better customization, rebalanced difficulty, and an improved English localization that gives it a fantasy novel feel that the original lacked. It's a true labor of love from the developers to the most dedicated fans. Final Fantasy Tactics, War of the Lions. Final Fantasy Tactics The War of the Lions improves upon the already perfect story of the original game, with beautifully animated cutscenes and an English translation that captures the nuances of the political storyline. The improved story, multiple gameplay tweaks, new designs, and 2 new jobs make this a fantastic addition to the series. It offers the same solid tactical RPG experience that fans have been enjoying since 1998. Trails in the Sky First and Second Chapter. Trails in the Sky First Chapter and Second Chapter are Japanese RPGs known for their compelling story, which follows the journey of Estelle and Joshua as they become full-fledged bracers. But what sets these games apart is the attention to detail given to all NPCs, who each have their own name, personality, and story that develops alongside the main plot. This makes the game's world, Liberal Kingdom, feel dynamic and alive. It can take a while to get going and the slow turn-based combat may be a drawback, but the story is so well developed that it can rival the best in the industry. Whether you're a seasoned JRPG player or just starting, the PSP offers a vast library of JRPG titles for you to explore. We hope that you give some of these games a try and discover a new favorite. If you would like to find even more epic JRPGs than the ones listed in this video, we suggest checking out our list for the ultimate PS1 and PS2 JRPGs. And if you still don't find something you like, we'll just let Aerith offer a prayer for you.